Today it's Monday, 15th of August. What do we have here? We have one piston with a volume 4.5 cc or ml, or call it as you like. I double check it not only on the paper but also with the literally, okay. Net piston volume minus 4.5, and it is 4.5. Okay, now these pistons, like I've said before, I said to the previous DAZA rebuild, JE pistons, alright, there is a stump here and here. I have also this one here and here, that's centering the tool and it goes on a specific position. That's why I have this one. This goes exactly at this point. Alright, you align it to be okay, and then you see also from that side. It's exactly the same. Alright. Then, micrometer 82.5mm, dial bore cage 82.5mm. Let's go on the engine block. The engine block, it's a brand new engine block, by the way. Alright. Not honed, no nothing. It's a brand new 0 kilometers. You see the plugs for the oil galleries. This is for the oil jets, for the cooling jets. It's not been plugged. Here it's not been plugged. Here it's not been plugged. The pins for the guide, for the timing chain guide that comes here, it's not been installed. There is another one plug here. You're gonna tell me where are all these plugs? I'll show you. So that's the plugs that are coming here. All right. This is the big one that it comes here. Fine. This is the pins. Yeah, come on. That comes here. It's never been installed. All right. You see that nobody touched it before. The helicoil, it's missing. It's not. It's here. That's why it's missing from here. All right. Never been installed, never has a heat cycle, the engine. It's a brand new. That's how it comes. Alright, now let's see the new engine block. Without the torque plate, yes, and what I have said, plus minus 100mm, it's acceptable. Alright, we have in front of us the rear side of the block, where is the timing chain, okay, putting the dial bore cage inside, and let's go to see. We have some 1000mm okay, greater cylinder. Let's go to the next one. Just give me a second. 6, not even 6. Yeah, maybe 6000mm greater, not even 100, less than 100. Let's go to the next one. 1 second to align it properly. Almost 100 on this cylinder. Again, there is no torque plate, there is no heat cycle, there is no nothing. That's how it is from the factory. Little bit greater. Okay. And the first actually, similar. Alright, now forget about this block. Alright, I haven't touched the dial bore cage. Opening the curtain, same setup. That's the old block. Alright, again, for a stock application, this block it's fine. It's not for upgrade. I'm gonna show you why. Again, same thing. Alright, what do you see there? Almost 400mm greater. Then the next cylinder, 300mm greater. The bore I'm talking about, it's greater at the point that I'm measuring. It's a 300mm greater. Next, little bit less than 300. I'm gonna call it 28. Next one, same thing, and the last is 200. Okay, so you get my point. At this point, let us say, the number 4 cylinder, it's more than 500 greater. So that's why I'm saying, for upgrade, you don't have a piston rattling and these kind of things. You can see also on the stock one here, you have a little bit more than 200 millimeter at this point. And this is acceptable, and this is what I'm saying all the time, that from the factory it's not so much precise like some people think it is. If, let us say, if you machine it, if you put a torque plate and you machine it, it's gonna be much more accurate, much more precise than the factory. I have said that before. It's not only for the DAZA, it's for the most engines. Okay, why is that? Because for the stock application, the 100mm run out or 200mm run out, it doesn't matter. Or let us say the run out that has this engine, it doesn't matter. On a stock application, you're gonna run fine, you're gonna have the normal oil consumption, how much they have from the factory, and everybody will be happy. It is what it is. Get used to it. I cannot change that. If you fix it on a machine shop, nice and precise, and you did it exactly, it will gonna be better than the factory. You like it or you don't like it. Take it or leave it. I'm not saying to hone it with a stone in the garage, you know, with a drill. I'm not saying that. I'm saying to send it to the proper machine shop and fix the bore perfect, how it's supposed to be, with a torque plate, with the crankshaft bearing caps being bolted down to be nice and tight, the engine, and then to hone it on final dimensions. It's gonna be more precise. Take it or leave it. So I already know the volume for the piston, I double check it, I know the volume for each combustion chamber. Now what's remaining, when I'm gonna put the pistons, I wanna see how much high out of the deck or below the deck it comes each piston. I have the head gasket, the crash head gasket. I have to dress the engine block, obviously. Have the connecting rods, so I have to make one small balancing to match the weight. Take care about these parts. Yep, stuff like that, the classic one, nothing new, what you have seen all the time. By the way, that's not my setup. What I mean by that, it's not my decision to use these pistons. I don't have anything against these pistons. It's not my decision to be machined like this, the cylinder head. If it was, let us say, my setup, I'm gonna be at the CNC and I'm gonna explain what I need exactly and how much it's supposed to be, and from where you can remove, or you have to flow the cylinder head to optimize it. Once again, it's not my setup, and that's why I'm following the book or the instructions that they have given to me. That's why I'm making the piston ring gap exactly how much they told me to do it. That's why how much they told me to make the spark plug gap, how much they said. The clearance down for the crankshaft. For the crankshaft, what I'm doing, I'm using the upper bearings, what's written on the block over there, to be nice and straight. The lower one, what says on the crankshaft, and I'm double checking with the plastic gauge to be on specs. In some cases, it's not a rule, but in some cases you might need to play with the lower bearing, not with the upper bearing, because the upper bearing, it's for the block. Then the color that's showing to you there, it says how to make it straight on the block. So if it's a blue one, the blue one's a 01, you cannot go minus, you know, so you have to stick with that. That's it for now. One small update, 10 minutes. Yay. Just to show you, I think that I showed you also on the previous block, that on the previous DAZA, that was brand new block, that nobody resurfaced it, that's how it comes from the factory. Alright, the difference was that the previous block, it was had already the blockage here on the oil galleries. This one doesn't. No problem, no worries. I'm gonna do it. That's it for now. I'm waiting one tool. need to be washed. I have the other DAZA on the engine stand, and I have only one engine stand for a DAZA. We're gonna see how it's gonna be. Most probably, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fix the pistoning gap today, make the balancing piece connectors, and then I'm gonna put the piston connectors with the connection bearings all together with the bolts in a nylon bag, securing it. The same thing what I'm doing, what I have done with the M157 here. For the M157, for example, I have prepared it in a nylon bag. It's ready for installation with the pistoning gap. That's what I'm gonna do also with the DAZA, to be ready to don't waste time. I have the crankshaft, I have the main bearings. I might check also the clearance of the main bearings. I have a used bolts. That's how it came, the block. It came with one bolt here and one bolt on the number one, and all the side bolts. Don't ask me why. That's how I get it. But I have the old bolts to be able to check the clearance for the main bearings. So that's what I'm gonna prepare today. Yep, I'm gonna put also the helic oil. There's no problem. Then I have to wash it, and then after washing, I'm gonna block the oil galleries. Yeah, that's the plan for today. Thank you very much.